Wiping it down when the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top on the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own this season.
I'm the coach. You're locked in.
First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Chicago Bears. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. On first down, it's long. Benjamin's got it. And he'll be... taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
As far as I'm concerned, Andrew Luck can do it all. I mean, he's an underrated runner, toughness in the pocket, strong and stout. But let's face it, the money, that comes from his arm.
And smart. Valedictorian pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
So much for coming out throwing as it leads to an early second down and long. Now Johnson. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on third and very long.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb
pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. William Hayes coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
So a change of possession here on the punt, and the Bears will take over at their own 20. Play action. It's Jackson. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Chicago. Will Fuller, an 80-yard touchdown. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive.
When you start at your own 20, oftentimes defenses play you for the run. They stack the line of scrimmage. They decided, let's not run into that mess. Let's get outside, get to the perimeter, go high, wide, and handsome, and throw that bad boy downfield.
Beautiful ball, good catch, and then it was off to the races, one play and in the end zone. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line. Great return.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
On second down, Johnson. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. Third and 2, Luck. Aguilar has it. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Well, forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. Luck on 1st down. Got Gordon open, completes it. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen.
Now a hit and Locke lost the football. It's out. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Screen play, Johnson. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. So unable to get any yardage at all off of the screen there on 3rd down.
And ordinarily on 3rd down, that's when you want to bring pressure. You get all your guys who want to get after the quarterback. But how about the patience they showed? Read the play, snuffed it out, and made a nice stop.
So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was really easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. From the gun, Jackson. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 14 yards in a Chicago 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
And he's taken down inside the 30. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down for the Bears.
A lot of tight ends just use their size.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Will Fuller with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter as the Bears push further out in front. That's a heck of a start to this one for him here in the 1st quarter.
2 receiving touchdowns, just getting the game underway essentially. I mean, there's a long way to go. If I'm on defense, I've got to figure out how to slow this guy down because when one guy shreds your team, that's demoralizing. Make him spread it around at least. But right now, he's showing no signs of slowing down.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here is Andrew Luck, the focus of our player spotlight. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. On 2nd down now. It's Johnson. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
The 1st down carry here for Johnson. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, it's Johnson. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on your quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the 1st. Here's Sam Cook now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punch coming in, I'm of a return punch, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are about whether you should fair catch it or not, but sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now Jackson. Open man is Ross, complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Give him 30 yards there. They lulled them to sleep there, so to speak. That was all set up by the running game, wasn't it?
Another example of what all offensive coordinators tell us. When the running game's operating, it really opens up the playbook, and that's when they hit them with the play action. And you can see the defenders rushing towards the line of scrimmage, then scrambling back trying to cover. Couldn't get there in time.
Well scripted. They had the big running play, now the big passing play. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
After the interception, it's Locke. Completes it to Aguilar. Breaks through the contact. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 53 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Now a throw here to his running back. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Off the draw, here's Johnson. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big... And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A 24-yard touchdown as his guys are back within a single score. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, wherever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. This will be taken very short. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And he's had his chances in this game. He just hasn't been able to find any daylight so far.
Patience, patience, patience. And that's the hard part for a runner because they expect every run to be a big one for something to pop. So they have to sometimes go through the struggles before it happens for them later in the game. But you got to give credit to the rest of the team. They've worked around the fact that he hasn't had his normal big game.
Yeah, despite his struggles, still winning here in the second quarter. On 2nd down now, it's Grant. Carlos Dunlap, the defensive end, the one to bring him down.
Well, that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. He may try and run for this. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
So did you suspect the same thing that I did, that they were lining up just to draw him off sides here?
100%.
Well, how about that? They were going for it the entire time.
This is caught at the 20. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Will Fuller on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as the Bears push further out in front. The 21st pick back in the 2016 draft, Will Fuller, and we know that he can take the top off of a defense.
He certainly can, and the way that he does it is just straight, pure speed. And I talked with one of the better defense coordinators in the league, and I said, how do you defend that? And he said, at times, you absolutely don't. If the quarterback gets time and he heaves it downfield, Will Fuller's going to outrun any coverage you put out there.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Luck now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Here's Luck. Johnson's got it complete. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Throwing is Luck. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Again, Luck.
Pass interference. Defense.
So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
On 1st and 10, Locke. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To the air again, Locke. And the grab by Croft. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Bailey's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He sets to fire deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we've reached half. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Chicago. He goes 86 yards on the kick return as the Bears push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the 2nd half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of this?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Locke. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Fletcher Cox picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
3rd and long, it's Locke. Short throw hauled in by Croft. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25.
Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march off another 15 against your squad.
Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll be a third and about 13. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll fake it. Now Love. And the throw there going to be incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 23. They'll run with Coleman on first down. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day offense.
On first down, Grant. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They go back to Grant, trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Jackson from the shotgun. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
He looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
Andrew Luck and company heading back onto the field. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent. Just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader. Making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this 3rd and 4th quarter. Now a hit and Luck lost the football. It's out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. From the gun on 3rd down, Luck. And he finds his target. It's Sharp. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A shotgun snap for Luck. That's complete. It's Gordon. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. Luck now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Luck. Short throw hauled in by Croft. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at about the Bears' 39. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th. That's complete to Sharp. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. And that'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another first down on the pickup of 5 yards. Luck going to bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now throwing on first down and completing it. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. They go back to the ground with Johnson. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal. 2nd and goal from the 1. Now Luck. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd and goal. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Here's Luck. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So now 4th and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it right here. The clock's dwindling on me. Let's go get it done.
Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Nelson Aguilar. There to make the grab. And the Jaguars get a score closer. Bailey now for the extra point. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now a look at Will Fuller as he and the rest of the offense gears up to get ready to go again. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him. Keep trying.
Touchdown, Chicago! Tevin Coleman, 75 yards as the Bears push further out in front. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want, but there carries a little extra pressure with that as well because you and I both know, Protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, two sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. To throw is Lott. That is caught. It's Tajae Sharpe. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Lott. Looking sideline, incomplete. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense is going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing again is Lott. Short throw hauled in by Croft. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. They snap it to Lott. Looking for Benjamin, but it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant, and this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Right back to Coleman here on first down. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Coleman now. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. And that is incomplete.
Jackson's pass intended for Evan Ingram.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. And Ingram hauls it in. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for, but it's going to be 2nd down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Jackson going to throw again. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Nazir Jones in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. On third down, here's Coleman. And they're going to stop him short of the first down as he's tackled at about the 21. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up fourth down.
We've seen this offense go for it on fourth down already on this drive. I wonder if they'll go for it again.
I certainly wouldn't rule it out with these guys. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. It's complete to Graham. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. On first down, it's Love. He's got his man Sharp complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. To throw again on second down. Luck. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Jackson. Steps away, and he slides to avoid the hit. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. From midfield now, here's Jackson. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Jackson. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. And his kick is good. And their lead will swell up to 28. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
This will be... Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play. So it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points from me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
So we had action to the very end of this one. The score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end. And, you know, some coaches preach that and tell their teams, that's what I want all the time. And they feel like if they don't.
Foot on the gas, I will not crash. They will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone. Watch me celebrate. I'm cocky. I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man. Oh, there with the hands. Guard me. I ruin they plans. I do what I want. They do what they can. Got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. 100 yard dash. 100 yard dash. 100 yard dash. 100 yard. They can get into that acting stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when I tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerge victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, it's glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. They will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone. Watch me celebrate. I'm cocky. I do my dance. Jump in the stands. No man, man. Oh, there with the hands. Thought he could guard me. I ruin they plans. I do what I want. They do what they can. Got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. 100 yard dash. 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 They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's no need in keeping it low-key. I can carve up the D like a turkey or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets. The coach will regret even letting them stay in the game. Team morale took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just trying not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. 100 yard